Hey, Susie. Hope you're good. Hope everything's okay with your family.
Hey, what's up, Lang?
What's up, baby? Y'all got fucking masks? Are you fucking... Fuck.
Generally had an issue. Let's say, minus these recent races. A lot of apologies. You know, if someone fucks up, they wait. And, you know, there'll be the occasional one or two people that are kind of, you know, a little too hungry, you know. But in general, people have been pretty good until the races get, like, you know, past 15 plus. And then I think the hunger to get in first gets a little difficult because, you know, 18 cars, 3 laps on a short track it's hard to move from the back to the front, I think. Not for everybody, but those who are trying to, you know, chase that first place.
Okay. So while everyone's here, I've got everyone down here because I want to see everyone's thoughts on the racing scene, how things might need to change. Because we've been getting a lot of complaints from different people about just poor etiquette, not looking out for each other, being pricks, or people abusing any kind of power they have in terms of having a say to only benefit themselves, right? Does that make sense? I don't know
100%.
what you guys think about how things are going. That's why I'm kind of picking Matador's brain there, because I know he was away for a while and then got back into the scene. So it doesn't seem too bad from what Matador was saying, but we've got people coming to us saying that, you know, like what I was saying the other day in the big meetup we had.
Dude, I got about my tongue so hard.
Letting newbies go to the back, you know, so they don't fuck everyone up. But people are taking that a bit too far and kind of pushing everyone towards the back, so all the best start at the front. I don't know. What do you guys feel about that? Would you rather all the best guys stay at the front so it's more clean? Because I know MG here is kind of of that mindset. So I'm curious what everyone else thinks. And
I just wanted to bring it up, honestly, to discuss
it. Shouldn't it always be the most experienced racers in the back and then the newbies like in the front?
Right, but the argument is they can fuck everyone up, right? I would prefer that there's a bit of competition there, right? Because if you put really good racers at the front, there's no competition. They're going to end up at the front.
There's going to be race. Well, there should be like a designated leader of each area, like somebody from this crew, each time zone, and then they designate the racing positions. Kind of like how you do when you start the races. You tell everybody where they go.
No, that's on the host.
Didn't you say like in the middle though? I thought the good races were in the middle.
Well, it depends, right? So it depends on how many newbie racers you've got. If you've got complete newbies that don't know what they're doing, they go to the back.
Okay.
If you've got people that know how to race, but maybe they're not the best, they go to the front. And then the top dogs go behind those guys. So there's a bit of a battle there. Now, what do you think about how shit's going, Time Lord? How do you enjoy racing?
Honest, I don't really race anymore because all these races are locked behind B's and A's, and I obviously have my DeLorean, and I only choose to really race in that, so I'm not really too sure as to what is going on. But with that being said, I don't want to piss people off, but I do think G&E is the root of the problem.
Yep.
I think we can all agree on that.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, people wanting to farm G&E, right? Being so desperate to get it, they'll
it's stealing from racing being a lifestyle to a grind. I mean, you got people that look what they did to B class. They went to PDM, test drove 75 cars, got the most broken fucking one, and bought it just to dominate.
I'm just gonna be very blunt there. The Time Lord, you haven't been around the B scene much, but people basically top A racers literally getting the most meta B car saying that it's stock, and literally just farming Genie all day, and don't see a problem with doing 20 straight races without doing anything else.
Yeah.
Yep.
Now, I personally love the idea of Genie. I love boosting. I think it's something that's, for most of us that have been around for a long, long time, I don't think anything would have ever shifted the way the world works like boosting did. Very good idea. But I do think, back in the day, I'd see an open race. I join that race. I run into Rami. I run into Taco, Curtis, etc. And it was just a good time.
Yep.
I laugh at Rami for spinning out the first 3 seconds. I knew Eddie was going to beat everybody. And it's just how it went. And I just tried my best just to survive.
Yeah.
Now, do I think it's anybody's fault? No. Everybody wants to be on top of the fucking food chain. It's just how human nature works. We want to be on top. We want to make sure we can do whatever the fuck we can to get there. But I do think it ties back to the root of the problem being Genie. Now, do I think Genie needs to go away? No, but I think it needs to be regulated way more than it has been. Because it's almost a domino effect. I have, employees working at my restaurant who can make 10 times the amount that they make working there in an hour in one race. Currently with how Genie is valued. So as natural, it starts from there. Motherfuckers want to make that money. They see a nice ass car like this one over here, and they want to do whatever they can to get it. Rightfully so, because everybody wants nice shit. I mean, you can't blame them, right? But that's where I think the problem starts.
Yeah, we had this talk about the B scene, how it's a good vibe and everyone's having a good time at the B scene. But we've got these experienced racers that go in with these very fast cars, and then they're always at the front of the pack, and they're kind of taken away from the guys in B who ever have a chance at getting at the front because they're not.
Now, to play devil's advocate a bit here, though, I don't read when I see a B-class race. It doesn't scream to me amateur only. It screams to me B-class cars only.
Sweaty, try hard. Yeah.
Well, I mean,
why was the cap removed though? I don't understand. Of the 5 racing, wasn't there like 5 races, a tsunami or something like that? There was like a cap
at the end of the tsunami because everyone would do their race at the start of tsunami and everyone would be done.
And then it'll be a ghost town with racing, and you can't have a race at all.
Maybe you set a timer on how many races can get put up in like an hour.
I don't think that's going to solve anything.
No, because then people will be fucking fighting each other.
I think
everyone should be able to jump in the B scene and have a good time, right? But when you're constantly winning back to back to back, these other guys don't get a chance. That was the issue I saw. I understand that people wanna race in B and then not be excluded from it just because they're really good, right? But I don't know.
What Red suggested earlier about
but my thinking as well is like if I go into a B race and I could absolutely dominate, I'm taking away from everyone else, right? So I'd rather look out for everyone else. And it's the same when we set these rules across the scene, right? And when we enforce them, we're looking out for the scene as a whole rather than to benefit ourselves. That's why we put ourselves, the better racers, towards the back, right?
Well, it goes back to what Lucas said, right? It's more of a lifestyle that's been converted into a way to make money.
Yeah. The fact of the matter is that the difference between all of us in this big old circle and a lot of those people that are out there racing is very, very massive. We're not the same, and our culture is not going to gel with them. So we either need to get them to roll how we roll, or we can't.
I don't think that's necessarily true, though, either, to be honest.
I mean, how many circles have we went in when we tried talking with them, and they just don't care?
Right, and that's why we need to take drastic action. Head Eyes had the idea of shutting down racing.
Yeah, but a lot of them have the mindset of they're out for themselves, and if they can put things in place, like because there's a lot of us haven't been racing that much, and these other guys that are very good, and they look for opportunities to put themselves up front, right, to get wins or whatever in racing, be at the front of the pack. They're using this opportunity to kind of be a bit selfish, I feel like, and not look out for the scene and everyone else that's partaking in it, which is the big issue, I feel like. And if we try and enforce rules where it's not going to benefit them, are they really going to bother to do that? And are they just going to try and twist the rules to benefit themselves even more.
I think a hail of bullets to the face will really solve that problem.
Oh my
I
God.
think we've been
but-
too soft.
See,
okay.
but the thing is, will it though, Red Devil? I don't think so.
I think it will.
I don't think
Look,
so
we-
because
well,
it'll
I think
maybe
it will.
change it for a week and it'll go
too
right back
fucking
to the
soft.
same shit.
I don't want to be
We've
a
been
part
too
of this
soft
conversation
on
because
these
I don't want to be a
fucking people. Okay,
dick.
that's why they're walking all over us.
Maybe
I don't
the
understand why-
threat
so why
of that will
can't
be
you
enough.
just scale the G&E?
What do you mean?
Like, maybe you start off, you either vice versa, right? You start off by winning a lot or you winning nothing, and then the more you race, the more you gain more G&E per race for that tsunami, or the less you race, the more, or you know what I'm saying? Or start off with a bunch of G&E, and the more you race, it scales down.
Diminishing returns?
We're missing
Yeah.
the point. The point isn't that.
Oh.
I understand the problem with the G&E. All right, I think everyone here.
That's what it goes back
understands the
down to.
problem, but the problem is that we've had these meetings before. We've had everyone in the tuner shop, and we've talked about the problems that have happened. No one here, and I promise you, no one here gets the amount of fucking phone calls. I'm the HR department of the goddamn racing scene. I get 15 phone calls a day about Mr. Him or Mr. Her sitting there calling me about fucking bullshit that's going on. Oh, he threatened to shoot me in my line. Oh, he ran me off the road. Oh, this person's doing this. This person's doing that. Oh, this car's broken. Oh, this. The entire fucking racing scene right now is a fucking shitstorm.
It needs to
Everyone's
restart.
complaining.
That's the thing, do we
Everyone's
try and-
bitching.
Do we try and change these people's mindsets and enforce our rules, or do we split it up and have our own little groups of?
Okay,
I
so
say, I say
if you-
split it up. Be honest.
If you do that though, is the mindset going to change, and is that going to stop the grinding of
Well,
races?
at least we get to surround
No
ourselves
way
with
is it.
people that
Yeah,
race
fuck
the way we
them.
want to race, right?
I mean,
Maybe
but
the
I mean,
ability's
just-
a bit shitty, but
yeah, but here it
Well,
goes
are
back
we-
to what about all the time that Devil put in creating everything she did to like just say, all right, fuck everybody else and let's just worry about us. It's not
At
fair.
the end of the day, in my personal opinion, at the end of the day, the people who run the racing scene is you to my left and Red in front of me. I don't care if it's a round table. I don't care if everyone's opinions are heard or whatever. That's bullshit. There is no such thing as a round table, especially in this city. At the end of the day, you two say what needs to happen, and I make sure that it happens, and everyone else here in this circle makes sure that it happens. And if anyone undermines you, that is not an insult to you. It's an insult to all of us. You make the rules. You
True.
make the rules.
That's true.
Period.
Great.
I don't give a fuck who they are and how many races they race in a day. Doesn't matter what their fucking name is or how much G&E they have in their fucking pockets. If you tell them something and then they twist and manipulate your fucking words to benefit themselves or the people that are in their group, fuck them and fuck anything that they're doing. They shouldn't be here if that is their fucking mindset. You said what needed to happen. They took your words, they put it to their own fucking benefit, and then they did it to a way that they didn't think you were going to find out. Well, we fucking found out, and there has to be consequences for that. Fuck all this. It happened. Let's let it go to the side. Let's separate. No, fuck that. You and you, it's your jurisdiction, your rules.
I don't wanna be a
Make
dick.
sure that shit is abided by, and if they can't abide by it, I'll fucking cut their head off and throw them down into a river. Period. That's what it should be.
I mean, we don't have to like resort to that right away. We can easily take it step by step. You know, they don't learn the first time.
That's
take
what
their
we've been
dog.
doing.
These races are
We've been
gangsters.
doing that this
They're
whole
not
time.
gangsters.
Listen, again, you guys, and I'm not saying you guys don't know anything. Trust me, you guys are all here for a reason. You guys have no idea the amount of steps or the amount of people or the amount of conversations that Titanium and Red Devil has had in the last week with all these same fucking people over and over and over and over. Complaints, talk.
Oh.
Fuck that.
So the
Time
way
to
I
put your
look at
foot
it,
down.
the way I look at it, right, at Eyes is the simple fact of you shoot them, they wake up back at the hospital and they do their thing.
But
The
that's
way
why
you
we're not shooting
listen,
them.
Well,
the
we don't
really-
need to
the-
shoot them.
The way we really get to them, okay, we can obviously step one, you could remove dongles. You know, step two, you remove a dongle for a longer period. Step three, maybe that car gets crushed and it's gone.
But that's the thing.
I
I think that's what needs to happen after the fact, that we make a point and show these fucks that who's in charge of the fucking racing scene.
Show
Sit
it for us.
down. No one can race. You have a fucking problem with it, go fuck yourself. I don't give a fuck if you have a problem with it. At the end of the day, the people who run the racing scene made that decision. You respect it or you don't fucking even race anymore.
My
period.
phone is broken,
At the
bro.
end of the day, they are the ones who make the rules. We all abide by them and enforce the
Bro, I
rules
just
that they
broke my
put out in
fucking
front of us all.
phone, bro.
Period.
I think the problem goes without saying that Titanium and Devil are too nice.
Agreed.
Well,
That's the
I'm
issue.
not too nice. I'm literally telling you we should shut racing down for 3 days.
Yeah.
I agree
Yeah, I
with
don't
him.
think that's.
Well,
what
no,
are you talking
now,
about?
Devil. I'm talking about how many conversations have we had
Talking
in the
about
past
earlier, yeah.
week?
Agreed. And
No,
that's why
I've broken
I'm sitting
people's
here.
kneecaps. I've taken their dongles. Don't tell me I'm too fucking soft.
Well,
Listen,
but
that's an insult
I'm not
to
saying
me.
you're soft. I'm saying you're too nice and you care about the scene
Okay,
too
so
much
let,
and
let
you
me
want
answer
everybody
this
to have
question.
fun.
Hold on. We're going in circles here.
That's what we're here for.
So,
Have
so
fun.
what does shutting the scene down? What is that going to solve, and what is that
It
going to
makes
do?
a statement and it lets people know how serious that we
Okay,
are.
now let me tell you, Mary. Is shutting the scene down going to change people's mindset in a week from now when they go back
No,
to grinding
here's what's
races?
gonna happen. It's gonna be a breaking point. It's either A,
Agreed.
gonna make a statement and they're gonna fall in line, or
Agreed. Who,
B,
Hutch,
they're
me or
not.
her?
I
Or
agree with
B,
Mary.
they're not going to listen to us and they're gonna go back to doing what they do.
Listen,
it's gonna
you guys
be
gotta
a breaking
understand.
point.
You guys got to understand. You guys can't change the thought process of
But
hundreds
no,
of
no,
people.
but that's
No.
Hutch, let me finish, bro. Stop interrupting me. All right. What you do is, like you said, as Eddie, Titanium and Red Devil here, they run the fucking scene. If you guys like say everybody shows up naked to the racing scene, everybody shows up
People
fucking
that
naked.
forget in the
You gotta
be-
put the fucking rules in place and say what you guys want it to
Right,
be.
I agree with you, but they're not respecting the rules that are in place now, which is why a statement needs to be
Okay,
made.
then after that, okay, so do that and then put the
that's-
rules out.
Exactly.
Shut it down
That's
for
what
3
we're
days.
trying
You
yeah,
to
wanna
say.
do that,
that's
and
the that's
We're,
Who-
we're agreeing with you right now, Rob.
Who was
Yeah.
the
What we're
last
saying
case that
is
this happened to, though?
Yes,
you remember Lenny?
This morning.
Bro, people are fucking
No,
Vince
no,
scratching
no,
B
no, no.
cars
Hold
and
on,
then
hold on,
fucking
hold on.
putting local upgrades.
Do you remember
in there and
when
then
Lenny
racing.
started fucking around with the racing?
Yep.
And do you remember the escalation of what process that whole went through?
Yep.
That fairly kicked it in the teeth. Has that ever
But-
happened again
Yes.
in the same
In
process?
different ways. But that's the
Not
thing.
to the
like,
same
People have gotten their
severity.
Vince
No,
scratches
no,
impounded.
I've never seen
we-
something more
no.
ruthless than when he was dealt with.
No, I mean Hutch took somebody's car
I
the other
just
day
took
and,
someone's
and
car
fucking
and crushed it.
it.
Yeah. So we are, but what
Vince
we're
scratch.
saying is, I want everyone to understand this because you are right, Rami, but you are also right, Red. We are putting a statement has to be made, and the statement that we're making is that we are shutting this shit down for 3 days. Don't give a fuck who you are. Don't give a fuck if you have a problem with it. That is what's going to happen. After the 3-day period, if you keep fucking around, there's no more I'm sorries. There's no more apologies. There is losing your fucking car, losing your dongle, and we proceed from there.
Okay, so I have another question then. Okay, now, are there like racers in particular that you guys are having problems with?
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of them.
Yeah.
But
It's
even
a
the
list.
OG ones.
It's a list.
So if
Yeah,
you want to make a statement,
you have a
I
mix
think
of new and OG.
here's the only issue I have. Devil's advocate to this whole thing, right? The only issue I have is why punish everybody from not racing at all, then punish the particular ones. If you guys want to make a statement, you punish the top tier OG racers who are, exploiting the system or being fucking
Because
stupid about it.
it's not.
And
it's
then
not
that's the
about
statement that gets
punishments,
put
Rami.
out.
Again, it's a show of force, right?
Yeah.
That's the idea.
I don't.
Yeah, you can punish particular people, but that doesn't make a statement to the public, right?
And there's
I don't
plenty
think
of
shutting
things-
racing down is going to make a statement. I'm gonna be honest.
There's plenty
I think
of
it will.
things. There's plenty of things in cases. We're only talking about the stuff that has light shed on it. We're not talking about the stuff that happens when all of us are asleep.
Oh my
We're not
God,
talking
I'm
about
going
the stuff that
crazy.
People are doing that shitty that we don't know of. We're talking about what we know of. And we all know that we only know about 70% of what's going on. There's 30% that's thrown under the rug that we don't know of. This is a benchmark for everyone in the scene to know, stop fucking around. It's done. It's over. You keep fucking around, we're going to find out, and you're going to pay the consequences. That's what this is. Like Mary said, it's a show of force. It's a moment where we benchmark it and say, at this point, fucking stop, or everyone is going to start losing their shit, period. No more being nice, as Vinny said to Mary, no more being too easy or whatever, although I don't think you are. It is a moment that everyone has to sit there and understand that shit is fucking changing.
A
Period.
hard reset.
Agreed. And again, I don't think if you had to deal with the amount of phone calls that we had to, or that people have been calling and complaining about this person, that person, the list goes down to 20, you would be thinking the exact same way. But again, you don't, which is fine. You didn't sign up for it. We did. But what we're saying is that there has to be a point where we have to sit here and say, this is fucking dog shit. This isn't what anyone wants. everyone in this circle, if I can speak for you guys, aren't enjoying it. Or when you roll up to a race, it's like, well, this is going to be enjoyable for 5 minutes and I'm never going to fucking race again.
So why not
for the rest
instead
of the week?
Listen, I'm gonna be real. I don't think, like I said it before, right? I don't think shutting the scene down is gonna do anything. Why not just give talk to the puppet master and tell him to cut the line off of G&E for these races?
No, because showing
and cut the G&E off. Let these motherfuckers race for no reason. Let them do the stupid shit and then
force.
Hear me out, bro. Let me finish. Next step, cut the line off. Go talk to the puppet master. Cut the line of G&E off to these races until these guys start acting normal again. Then open the pipeline.
The moment we call the puppet master and we have them start interfering with what we're doing, not only does that make
you can't force people to fucking not do something that you don't want them to do, bro. You can't do that. It doesn't work like that.
I mean, what do you want about, bro?
Dude, I can literally just delete every single fucking track and
she could literally shut everything down.
All right.
And I think that is showing a great way of showing force that this is not something to fuck with by shutting racing down, period. Like,
power play.
I love the power play that they're going to be making, trying to shut down racing for 3 fucking days. Don't say that you can't foot. It's something that this is something that is like
people can still race without the app though. And they just legit.
Yeah,
that's fine. If people do that, then that's fine.
That's not an issue.
The reality is people will race for G&E so long as G&E is a reason there is to race. I'm just going to say that right now.
The thing is, they can race for G&E as long as they follow the rules.
If they want to race for G&E, then yeah, but just...
So what are the actual issues you guys have? I haven't been racing, so I'm not really aware. What is the problem?
People have forgotten what's really
racing is for racing.
That racing is for racing, yet we race to acquire G&E.
Yeah.
I'll give you a perfect example.
We also don't just do it purely for that. We race because we enjoy to race.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. 3 days without racing is going to really put me in a bad
I'm going to
state.
give you a perfect example of what happened, and I'll say the name because I don't care. Goofy, okay? Goofy came to the scene. He was a good, genuine dude.
Withdrawals.
Everything was going great with him. He literally is talking shit to racists, saying their lines are shit. That's why it's so easy to pass you up. Then he had the nerve to actually tell one of our friends, Mike Wadham, that he was going to put a bullet between his fucking eyes the other day.
I can explain this because I was there. So Goofy pitted me on the 3rd corner of a race. I didn't say anything. I let it be. And then Iceman hit him on a corner, and Iceman immediately stopped and said sorry. And then at the very end of the race, he came over and he was like, "Who owns the red Itali?"
Oh my god!
And Iceman said, "Me." And the first 2 words out of Goofy's mouth were, "If you do some dumb shit like that again, I'm gonna put a bullet in your fucking head."
If you say that to Mike and you come out with that without getting shot by him,
I know,
dude. No, I was right there beside him, and you know what I'm like. And I was like, I said to Goofy, I said, "Listen, there's not the time and place to say shit like that." Like, and Iceman was like super like level-headed. He was like, "Let's talk about it," and Goofy was like running back to his car.
And that's not the only time. I've had multiple phone calls of people saying this person threatened to shoot me because our race coincided with their race and they had their race.
Who's saying that? Who's threatening to shoot?
It's just multiple people. In this instance, it was Nex and
so like that guy. Okay, Nex and whoever and Monkey should be fucking blacklisted or fucking
okay, so on top of
they should be confronted, not shut the whole scene down.
We need to blacklist AP. We need to blacklist Goofy.
Then do that. Then do that.
Okay, and guess what? That's basically the entire scene, and this is a lot easier to just fucking shut it all down.
No, that's not easier. That's honestly,
it is. You go look at the fucking.
We send the message. Look, keep fucking around, and then we'll keep doing this. You know, it's.
It's the same 5 names over again.
You could pull up a race.
Give people a reality check.
Okay, so let me explain to you something, right? If I see AP and Goofy get penalized rather than the whole scene get penalized, I'll be like, well, they're not talking about me then, so I'm gonna keep doing my thing. If you shut down certain people, then I'll be like, damn, that dude's fucking up. All right, maybe I'm gonna chill for a little bit. If you shut the whole scene down, people are not gonna know who's self-accountable and who's not. Like you gotta point the people out and like and not just generalize it on people.
Right. Like dealing
if you
with
shut the whole scene down, Goofy's not gonna know that he's doing dumb shit. AP's not gonna know he's doing dumb shit. You have to make an example out of them in public, and then they're gonna know that they're fucking up. Got the security truck, by the way.
The
All
thing
right,
is,
we'll
though,
bring
they've
them in
been
here and we'll
on a
chop
lot
their
of-
fucking heads off in front of everyone. Okay, is that
Or
make you
maybe they
happy?
get
Yeah,
banned
that's
from
what you're
racing
supposed
for
to
a
do.
certain amount of
Honestly,
time.
you shutting the whole sea down is being more of a pussy than it is calling
Bro,
the certain
honestly,
people
you
out.
getting every racer to show up and then just like outing
Yeah,
that
and
one guy in front
making
of
a fucking
everybody.
example out of them. If Goofy did that shit to me, I'd fucking gun him down,
The
honestly.
thing is though, no one's fucking immune here. Okay, you could probably point to every single person here and point to some scum shit that they fucking done at one point.
Agreed.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I
Like
have
said,
shot motherfuckers for less, is what I'm gonna point out here.
Yeah.
I'm sure most
that-
of us have, and no disrespect. Obviously, Goofy threatened one of your boys, and you're always gonna back up your boy. That is 100% guaranteed fact. But I'm not gonna pretend like I haven't shot a motherfucker for doing less to me.
Of course.
Right,
bro,
but-
I fucking shot somebody for hitting my car, man.
Yeah, I've done
I'm just,
so in the
I'm
past
just
year.
saying, you know what I mean? You got to look at it from that angle as well. If you generalize and shut the whole scene down, the people who are fucking up are not going to think that you're talking about them. You know what I mean?
But that's not necessarily what it's about. It's a hard reset. Okay, giving everyone the expectations so that
Giving
they know
everyone
what's
a
going to
cool
happen
down
going
and
forward.
realize, take a look back at why this is happening. and
Right.
The general approach to racing right now.
Agreed.
The
And I
general
also
approach to
think-
racing is we change the way racing operates in this city. I don't want to be a dick, but ever since you race to acquire something that allows you to acquire multiple things in the city, the most sought after things people wake up to get is when the racing scene has changed.
Right. Well, that's not something we could control. That's the puppet master, man. I'm not going to call him up and
That's
say,
why
hey,
I said you go to the puppet master.
that
and
most
talk to them.
lucrative currency that you're farming from us and making millions from every day. Can you just shut that down? You know
Yeah.
what he's going to do? He's going to send a puppet and fucking cut my head off.
Yeah. and I also
Not
don't
if
think-
it's hurting his business.
It will
But
hurt
it's
his business.
not.
if
Of
you
course
shut
it's
the
hurting
racing
his
down.
business.
He's shutting the
Helping
machine
his
down for 3
business.
days. Doesn't hurt his business.
Yeah, it does, but we have his best interests in mind.
Like again, man, it's just it is a benchmark. 72 hours. It's not a month. It's not a week. I wanted a week, but it's 72 hours, a hard reset. Everyone here has raced every single day, or most of us at least, have raced every single day and acquired all this G&E. 72 hours of not being able to race is a benchmark and a place where we can say the shit stops here. If it keeps happening, the really severe consequences will come to pass. I understand your point, Rami, of taking the people who are being stupid in this moment, outing them in front of everybody, and then saying, "You're a fucking idiot."
It's not
Give
just
me your
this
car."
week, not in the moment, bro. It's
I
you gotta
kind of
look at
agree
it.
with him, though. I think
You guys
after
gotta look at it as an
72
organization.
hours-
You guys look at it as a business. You don't fucking you guys can't strong arm people to do what you guys want them to do.
But
They're
we
not gonna-
can because these two are the ones who run the entire scene. That's the difference. We can strong arm them because these two are the ones who have organized and have set up and given everyone the ability to do this.
It could backfire though, because these guys have garnered they've got a lot of friends in the scene, and they're the ones that are actively racing the most, so they could be, just chat shit behind our backs and turn against us, and just not even after we lift it.
I'm telling you, you guys
Just
have
not
this
go
conversation
away.
so often. Like this is not the first time in the past 3 weeks we've had to sit down or a circle, whatever. What does it call it? A fucking group
Round
meeting,
table.
a round table of issues that we have. This happens once every 2 weeks in the racing scene.
Why
Yeah,
don't
but it
you
was never,
shorten the
that, that's
bond?
the thing. It was never
And-
like this. That's
and
the problem.
frequency of these issues is why we're willing to take such drastic action.
Why don't you shorten the ban and also reprimand the individuals, like Rami said?
What I think is after the 72 hours, you should
But
hold
what
people
if?
accountable.
What about this?
Mm.
What if?
Well, fuck off.
What if?
After
What
the
if?
72 hours, then we go with what Rami said. We
Hold-
talk
hold
to them
on.
individually.
What if?
I
we do
feel
this?
like
Okay.
what JJ's saying right now is pretty much what both
So,
sides of this
how
argument
about,
are saying.
How about we do this? We shut it down for 48 hours. Okay, not 72, 48 hours. That's 2 days. Right? During that 48 hours, we get everyone that's fucked up and we pull them aside and we tell them the bullshit that's been going on and we get them to cut it. We communicate the expectations to our enforcers so that when the racing is back open again, there's going to be no more issues and everyone understands what's going to be going on going forward.
When issues do come up, then they'll be dealt with quickly
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
'Cause-
harshly.
Because right now, issues are happening so fast that we don't have time to finish one.
I
before
can't believe I
another
dissed
one
Dean and
pops up.
Leslie for this. No disrespect.
Yeah. It's just a constant flow of issues that no one can get on top of because they just keep happening. Then you guys have to set the expectations of what the punishments are for.
Yeah, because Rami is
That's the
right. We
real
do
thing.
need to punish the individuals, because otherwise, how will they know that this is their fault, right?
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, we need to put a pause in everything so we can make a statement, cool down, and get everything reoriented.
What are you gonna do when people turn around and be like, "Why are we shutting it down for 48 hours?"
Yeah, they're gonna say you guys are gonna give the same excuse that you guys have been saying for the past 3 months. Oh, racers are acting up. Nobody knows who the fuck you guys are talking about, and you guys are gonna go in this limbo again in 3 weeks from now and have the same roundtable. That's been having for the past 3 months.
But we
Well,
just
well, that's the
said that
thing,
they
right?
need
If you do shut it down, then whatever is being decided needs to be very clearly articulated, so that when people start asking why is it shut down, you can point it to them. Because if it's just a silent shutdown, people are just not going to know. They're going to make up rumors. False information is going to spread.
I think you should
So if we're
entertain the
gonna boil it
idea
down, what is it?
of talking to like maybe a puppet or like the puppet master. At least entertain the idea.
Sorry, guys. Better late than never.
Glad you made it out, Dean. Welcome.
Hey, Shadow.
Welcome.
Hello, hello.
You guys missed a little of the conversation, just a little bit.
Who's
Sorry.
beeping the horn?
It was a mess.
How many
I don't
people are
hear nothing.
outside?
Probably 7, 8.
Wow,
7 or
really?
8.
Yeah.
Hey, you got any?
All right, just to catch you guys up,
Fucking
right?
hungry.
We're discussing shutting down the
leave it, one
racing
sec.
scene for 48 hours and setting established punishments to people. It's getting out of hand.
Yep.
That's
I mean,
the current
honestly,
topic.
I completely agree with what Red said. Shut it down for 48 hours, and in that 48 hours, reprimand the people and make examples of them. In the 48 hours.
We make a very public statement to as many racers as we can why it's happening.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, at the end of the day, this is you guys, right? I'm not a really avid racer. I don't think Time Lord is either, but just I'm just giving a both-sided argument, you know, devil's advocate.
That's good. Well, I mean, that's what we need. You need
That's
to
why
have
you're here.
balance.
I also think the biggest thing that everybody here needs to do, and I think everybody's guilty
Why
of
the
it,
fuck you gotta throw me in it, Ronnie?
is to make sure that
Bruh, motherfucker, we don't race.
we hold everybody accountable,
How we're here
and
right now
not
is
just
my
people
fault,
we don't
don't
know, like our close friends, everybody.
Because we're rich.
Because if we let one person away with it all, then everybody walks away with it.
Oh my god.
Is that fucking horn?
Yeah.
I'm
Look,
gonna
at
kill
the end
him.
of the
It's a
day,
fucking
guys,
animal, apparently.
at the end of the day, this is essentially a Hail Mary. Okay, if this doesn't work, then shit's gonna get ugly out there, but that's fine because we need to make a fucking statement because I'm fucking tired of every single day having this conversation over and over again. So it's time to do something drastic. And if it works, it works. And if it doesn't work, then fuck, I guess we gotta deal with that.
Yeah, I think when we boil it down, it's like, you know, racing's got to be about racing. And yeah, it can be about the G&E.
It'll never be
Don't
about
make it
that
all about the G&E.
if there's
Right.
G&E involved, bro.
Race to race.
Like,
What are these
and
established
even
rules,
then,
though?
the motherfuckers who are
and the reason I ask
smoking
that
all of
is
you in the
I bet if
racing
we went through
scene
this
are
entire
still
circle,
gonna
everyone would
smoke
have a
all of
bit
you
a
in the
different
racing
idea.
scene.
So how do you enforce like vague rules?
Well, ultimately, it's to look out for the scene and not just for yourself. Is the main one.
We're trying to set in place a culture, not necessarily a list of
Yeah,
rules,
it's not
right?
necessarily the specific rules we're trying to enforce, but the mindset around enforcing those rules. If that makes sense.
We should be looking
The
out for
change-
each other,
Listen,
and
what
we
are,
should be
I'm a-
looking to be fair with each other.
What are
Another
the chances?
Speak louder, Romy, so I can't hear you over there.
I said
Yes, you can fit.
another way to look at it is if you're trying to change the mindset and remind people that racing is a lifestyle and everything, then you cut the pipeline off that's giving G&E to these races and see who's still racing after you realize that it's for fun. And you don't gain anything out of it.
Yes.
People in the
Again-
city operate unless it's beneficial to them.
You know what?
Yeah.
Then the real motherfuckers that are
Yes.
still racing, nobody will do anything in this city unless there's some way it benefits them.
Yeah,
And that's
well,
just human nature.
most
You
people,
can't-
yes.
That's how the city operates. People don't come to the tuner shop unless they can get something. People don't go to the gallery unless they can get something. It goes for every fucking business, every single thing in the city. So cut the pipeline off and see who's still fucking racing. And then after that, and then you can shut it down, open the
yes.
pipeline on again and see how people are doing it.
Yes.
The problem
agree with
is
that.
with that,
So-
although I do agree with it, the moment we bring in the puppet master and the moment we call the puppet master and have him do this, everyone here knows who's ever met the guy. I've had multiple conversations with him. He's a fucking psychopath, and he's not going to just shut this. Let me finish my statement. He's not just going to shut this shit down, and then that will be the end of it. People are going to get shot, and people are going to get fucked up. And once we get him into this, or once we bring him into this and show him that we can lead this shit, then it's going to be hell to pay on both sides. And if that's
I might lose my
something
fucking
that
head.
Red and Titanium want to do, that's on them.
Well, whatever
but
happens,
again,
happens.
let me finish my statement. But again, I'm just saying that the moment we bring him in, it's going to be hell to pay on both sides. Not just them, but us included.
I think bringing the puppet master in brings even more of a statement and more of like a oh shit than just shutting the racing scene out for 2 days.
Yeah, but he's the trump card. He is the final play. Okay.
I mean, racing's at an all-time low, isn't it?
Listen,
Maybe-
I think personally we have to respect what Red wants to do and what Titanium wants
Agreed.
to do. And that's it. If they both think that the right decision to make right now is to shut it down for 48 hours instead of going to the puppet master and fucking Red losing her head, I'd rather do that.
Agreed.
It's as simple as that. At the end of the day, we all said this is fucking Titanium's decision and Red Devil's decision. Yes, we could give our opinion on it, but what they want to do, we need to respect it whether we like it or not, and we move on from it. Once this is in place, if the shit's still happening after the 48 hours, then we take the next fucking step. And I think the best bet is to what JJ said is that people get fucking their heads chopped off for it.
And I'll
that.
take their fucking cars.
But at the end of the day, instead of us going in fucking circles for the past 20 minutes, let's respect what fucking Titanium and Devil wants to do, and that's it, and we move forward. That's
Yep.
all.
Okay.
No, but I would like to know what. I don't know. I think everyone's voice here is important.
It is.
I think at the end of the day, it might be a gamble to go with a PM. But what we say and what our rules set, at the end of the day, everyone's going to go by what the PM says, right? So that could be, I think it's like we said, we're jumping the gun on that, I think.
Yeah. At the end of the day, it's his racing. It's his currency. And we inhabit it. We are existing within his ecosystem. Okay. And if he wants to change the rules, then he can. And there's nothing any of us can do about it.
And I promise you, I promise you, I know if we ask him to shut down or to turn off the G&E or to lower the G&E or do anything with the G&E, not only is he going to shut it down, but there is a very big possibility of it not even
Guys,
coming
it's fine.
back.
I
And
don't
if it
even
does
really
come
want to
back,
rush building
it's
a
not
helmet
just
or
gonna
P
be
anyways.
Shut down the racing scene. That shit's
I
gonna
got
be
too
gone
much
from the
shit going
racing
on
scene.
on
It's gonna
IRL
be
that I want that
it's
shit
gonna
to
be gone or lowered in the
be
boosting
way
scene.
cooler than we would have done it
Everything
today
about the
anyways.
G&E is going to change, and it's all going to be fucked. Period. It's not just going to be one. We can't just. It's not someone we're just going to ask him to do one thing. He's going to say yes, sir, salute, and then do it. It's something to where, hey, this is what's going on. Okay, everything's gone. Everything that we have, everything that we think that we have, and every way that everything operates will be changed and altered, and he will just go somewhere else. That's the reality. That's why I would love to keep him out of it until we absolutely need it. Because again, I understand what you said, Rami. Is it worse now than it's ever been? When it comes to etiquette, of course, but anytime you have a large amount of people doing something, just like a business, if you expand your business, the first thing that's going to drop is the way that everything is ran. It just happens with expansion. Racing is more racers than it's ever been. So it's going to fucking happen. Shit is going to hit the fan. I just don't think getting him involved is a good idea.
What do you think?
I had an idea that, and I was actually going to try it to see who hangs around. Host races for $0. If you want to put a wager on it, no problem at all. You can still collect the buy-in, but that way then no one gets G&E, you know. And we'll see how many people turn up to the races then.
Well, that's what I was saying. Pipeline it off, but
Yes, remove G&E even if it's for a brief period and see how the racing scene turns out. I don't know if you guys remember, but back in the day, okay, the racing scene came in waves. It would die. But whenever somebody saw somebody like Chawa or Titanium or Red Devil or these guys put a racing scene, we'd see it on the app and be like, oh shit, This is a serious race. Let's join in. Let's go and fucking race. That's the only reason why. Based on the reps of certain racers. Now that we have the GNE, which is fine and dandy, I get it. You got cocksuckers wanting to race for the GNE to acquire it so they can get a tuner car. And you can't really blame them when they're told that they need this currency to acquire the things that they want.
Well, what turns my stomach the most is when I see people just doing 10 races, getting all the GNE. 10 seconds after they're done racing for the day, they're posting on Twitter selling all GNE. It's like, what the actual fuck?
But you can't blame people for wanting to make money to survive. That is the harsh reality here.
The street price
He's
of
right.
GNE is up because the people that want the tuner cars and they're willing to spend that much to get them, right? So these guys will grind the races to get the GNE, and we demand it, and we don't necessarily race as much as these guys, which drives the price up, right? Because it's a hot commodity, and we all need it.
Exactly. And I'm telling you right now that the only way you start solving this problem is if you remove this currency from the actual racing and see who's still around.
Or maybe we're looking at it
True.
wrong. Instead of limiting
Yeah.
it, maybe we try and put a cap on what it's worth.
I guarantee people ain't going to fork out
Hold on.
$1,000 for a race,
You're asking for
let
trouble from
alone
the big man.
$500.
And let
Yeah,
me
then
let
you
me
get
say
into
this. Let me
trouble.
say this. Someone put up that they were buying GNE, or they were willing to buy GNE at $300. Who is this?
It's hey, Glorion. Can you go wait outside, please?
Oh, all right.
Thank you.
Who's just coming in here with
This
vehicles?
is Big Head. This is Big Head.
Thank you. We'll talk to you in a bit. Okay.
Yeah,
Um,
we should bring everyone in. You know, like
I just want to
Glorion and all,
Well,
all
we
the other
need to-
races.
agreed after. But let
We
me
need to
just say
figure out
this
what we're gonna
again.
do first.
I'll be as fast as I can. Someone put up that they were buying $300 per GNE. I tweeted at them, if you buy it for that price, you're a fucking idiot. No more than 3 minutes later, the puppet master called me, threatened to cut my fucking head off, and said that the price is going up is what he wants, and the higher it goes, the happier he is. So if we set a limit at how much we're going to buy it for, he's going to get involved, and he does not want that to happen. That he called me specifically and told me that. So I don't think that idea is a good idea. If you guys don't want to lose your fucking heads, just
Look,
gonna
at the
say
end
that
of the
now.
day, GNE is the cause of a lot of issues, but our hands are forced in how we can deal with this. Okay, we can't fuck with the supply of GNE, in any way
Would,
that's abusing of the system, right? Like we can't do that.
What Time Lord said, would you be able to reach out and see if he would cut it off for like a couple of days?
No, you just do what Shadow said, so we don't involve
Yeah,
him.
I mean, we could do the either cut off racing entirely, or we cut off racing and we do it for no GNE, right?
How do you control
races.
G&E that it's not
You just don't put a buy-in on the app.
Yeah, no
put it at
buy-in.
zero.
okay?
I mean, that works, but I don't think it sends a statement.
I agree.
I still think you need
Sounds
the
like you guys
48
are
hour
scared of
ban.
this puppet master guy, honestly. So
We are.
This guy looks like a bitch. Anyway.
Yeah, we are actually.
Kind of everyone right now.
Everyone for right now.
But yeah, that's what.
What is the statement? Because throughout the conversation, like earlier, Hutch was saying that some of these OGs, they want to like fucking kill each other and shit. And then there's a lot of people just racing nonstop, et cetera, et cetera. What exactly is
The statement is that there's been rules. I don't want to use the term regulations. There's been rules that have been set by the people leading the scene, which is Red and Titanium. Those rules are
Where are
cement.
these
They're not to be fucked with.
rules?
They're not to be changed to benefit yourself. If you change the rules, there's repercussions that happen. Hence, the entire scene being shut down for 48
where are the
hours.
rules? Where do I find these rules?
We've had multiple meetings.
Oh my
about
God.
Say earlier.
Look, these rules
head
spread
off.
through culture, and they spread through,
Oh my
meeting with
God.
people that also race like-mindedly, right? Like we're
it's like
underground
that.
racers. We're not a fucking conglomerate
This isn't
that
a
writes that shit
business.
down, you know.
What if they were on the
Specific
app?
rules.
No,
of,
and I understand that, but we're all humans, right? Everyone interprets shit differently, and like I said before, what one person may think is the set of rules may not be what someone else thinks. What is
Well, the thing
annoying
is,
one
you-
person may
you
not be
put these
annoying
rules
another.
out.
But the thing is, whatever the rule is, use it to benefit everyone, not just yourself, right?
I mean, but was it a rule of the lifestyle you always talked about?
Yeah, guys,
Titanium?
I don't want to be a dick, but I don't think I've ever heard of these rules. What are the
It's not
rules?
necessarily rules. It's just the etiquette we take into
Etiquette.
racing.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
Like
etiquette's out
good
the window,
racers,
though.
good racers started
That's
the
the whole
back.
point. Etiquette is out
That's
the
on
window.
us to make sure that the etiquette comes back.
The reason I asked this
Look
question
out for
is,
each other and have good racing etiquette.
consider
And
this.
Like, what
Let's
you guys
say
got? You guys broke
let's say
rules
you
that don't
shut
exist.
down. Let's say you shut down the racing scene for 48 hours, whatever the decision is that's made, right? And then the people that don't know start asking, why has it been shut down? Well, you could say the culture is messed up, this and that, and they're gonna be like, okay, well, what do I do different?
And
What are
then
you
we
gonna
tell
tell
them.
them?
Oh, you know, the same shit that we always talk about, guys. You know, just no pitting, no bubbles, make turns safely. You know, experts start the back. You know, newbies start in the front. It's the same shit.
And you
I
would
know-
think
I know
that
it's
Do you have an
people-
issue with that though? Do you have an issue with those rules?
I don't have an issue with that, but I'm saying that's not gonna. That doesn't
What do you mean?
change
That means
what
he starts
people-
at the front.
No, but Chawa, you guys, no, listen. But you guys, that doesn't change what's been happening or what's gonna happen. Same thing. Nothing's gonna change. You know.
Rami is so right on this, guys. I'm just
So
saying.
listen, I'm just like, what's the cat in the bag here? What is like some
Chavo,
what's
what's
Nobi
been
saying
what,
here? There's
what
some,
just
like,
what has
what
been your
is the big problem?
frustration?
I mean, I am frustrated with probably one guy that was very blatantly farming B class. That was a huge thing for me. I was pissed as fuck about that.
That's what I was saying. Like the B class scene is a vibe, right? It's it's not got the best races in there, and when you go in there and you're farming it, right? And you after you've done like 10 races, you realize you're pretty good, right? You're at the front of the pack every time. So your approach to that should be, I need to look out for these guys and absolutely dominating them. And maybe I shouldn't be in these races in this car, and
Or even just taking a breather. Hey, maybe I should give them a couple
Yeah.
races without me since I just won 4 in a row. You know what I mean? Maybe I should go to the A for a little while.
That's the attitude we're looking for, where you look out for everyone else in the racing scene, not just to benefit yourself. That's the kind of message we want to send.
And I'm 100% on board with that. That's
Yeah.
absolutely.
And who was it
We
that was
want
doing
to
this
we
in the
want
B
to fix
races?
we want to fix the culture of the scene. You know.
And to sit here and say that maybe they don't know the rules, I think is fucking stupid. Everyone here knows that if you're a fucking good racer, you do not belong in the front. That rule has been being broken. We have people sitting there saying, well, we're going to change it for this race because there's 17 people here. I don't want to have to drive around you. We all here know that you don't make threats in the middle of a racing scene because you get pitted or bullshit happens. You don't tell people you're going to shoot them in the face. That happens every fucking day.
Unless
We
you're Judd.
know, unless you're Judd. We also know that you don't go, if you're sitting here and you're a top tier racer, you don't go to a lower tier racer and to farm them because, oh, I just want to get free G&E. That's done by multiple people. We all know this, but the reality is that people don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck that Titanium, Red, and Big Head have basically made this, or not made this, but have basically appointed this. Everyone knows these quote unquote rules. They just don't give a fuck. And if they don't give a fuck, they shouldn't be racing, in my opinion.
Okay, so you guys. Go ahead, Vinny.
I think honestly, what Time Lord said, that'll be a huge thing to do,
What did Time Lord say?
to get rid of Genie. Period. For the
Fuck, I
time
literally was
being.
just saying that for like the past 30 minutes. You guys are arguing about that.
Because
So
it's
do you
not
guys think
something that we
Genie's too
can
insane?
control. That's something the puppet master.
Then
No, no,
you'll
no.
see the true colors of the people that are really there to race, and you'll see the people that are there just for the Genie and the gain.
Yeah, it circles back to if you love the culture is racing. Nothing else matters, correct?
Yeah.
Well, I like to win cash off you guys if that's fair.
There's other factors.
Well, I
to
mean,
play, though.
cash and
It's
shit.
not just
Listen,
about
look,
that.
I don't disagree. I do think that Genie could be a currency that survives within the culture of racing. But the sheer fact of it is, most motherfuckers, they look at a nice car, they want that car, and they're told it's 4,000 G&E, right? Now, them being the best racer, why are they going to hinder themselves from winning races to acquire that car? Now, I agree. Cocksuckers starting at the front, who knows they're very good, shit like that, they shouldn't be doing that. But to play a bit of devil's advocate, I see a B race going up. I don't think it's for amateurs. I think it's for cocksuckers that can't afford an A or an S car, right? So maybe even being more direct with, this is an amateur race for new racers. Do not join. Would go very, very far.
You mean like as like their title of their race, or do you mean
Yeah.
as
Like a title of the race, yeah, like newbies,
Yeah, I gotcha.
join, newbie race here or some shit, join here, right?
So like
right.
B classes being separate or being different than B class noobs, something like
I
that.
got a bit to
Exactly.
say about that because it's been heavily scrutinized when people go and race in B class. And I'll tell you, I've been there, I've done like probably 3 races with them, and it is so much fun. Like I've literally crashed 10 times laughing.
It's a great time. That's why.
All right,
It is funny as fuck.
We're going in circles here, so I'm gonna dip out. But I think you guys have your options of what you guys can do. Marry Eddie. But yeah, I think we all know what the issues are and what's going on and stuff.
Shut the fuck up and get out of here, man.
But yeah, I think you guys know exactly what you guys need to do, and you have your options, and pretty much it.
I appreciate.
I think people just need
Good
to.
advice on me.
I think people just need to see like the racing as a whole and it being healthy. I want to see 40 people showing up to a race. You know what I mean?
I don't know if we have
Well,
that can support
I mean,
that.
a 40-man race would be cool if it's done right, But the thing
Yeah.
is, in a 40-man race with the way things are right now, everyone will steamroll for each other.
Yeah.
No one will give a fuck. And
Well, I'm saying if it's, I mean, you would have to increase lap counts and all that stuff. Like, I would. Hey, by the way, I heard you guys did some cool. I heard you guys did like a super cool, like long lap race for like lots of money, or like 10 lapper or something like that, like 12 lappers.
It didn't go well, did it? Yeah.
Oh, it didn't? It didn't? I like that idea though. That sounds really fun to do.
I heard a lot of people lost their scratches.
Thing is, I understand where they're coming from, but bro, it's like, bro, if you're a good racer, like obviously there's things you shouldn't rules. Like you probably should start at the back. You probably shouldn't pit through motherfuckers and shit. But hey, you're a good ass racer, dog. You're a good ass racer. I don't think it's gonna make a difference, personally, where the motherfucker starts in the goddamn race. They just need to categorize amateur racing and pro racing, and make sure the pro racers aren't joining amateur races. Period. There needs to be more structure if that's what they want, because right now just assuming people are aware of the culture is just not how that works, bro. Have an amateur racing scene, have a beginner racing scene, and have a professional. And if you catch professionals joining amateur and beginner racing, then you know exactly what their intent are. But if you have a pro joining a B class race, it doesn't say it's for amateurs only. It says B class race.
Just write shit down as official rules. I'm down.
And obviously, if you do open races, I mean, but it's not even, you shouldn't tie car classes to racing skill. Because a new player could join the server and has 20,000 hours in racing, right? And he can go join a B class race. That's the only car he can afford. It shouldn't be like, oh, why are you joining this B class race? It's like, bro, this is the only car I can afford, bro. What do you mean? So I'm just joining a B class race. Now, if he sees beginner racing, maybe he'll be like, I got 20,000 hours in racing. I should probably join not a beginner race. I should probably join, this race. It says here pros only or some shit. I don't fucking know.
There's a guy that went around blabbing about boosting, and there's gonna be some like the big race at the casino. I made that guy give me 50,000. He doesn't do dumb shit anymore. People will learn. We just got to tell them what exactly is fucked and what isn't. And if it's not understood and agreed upon, then different people are going to say different things, and it's going to result in a lot of confused sheep.
Well, you let me propose something then, okay? In tag team, you can tell me if you disagree with this, okay? But here's what I'm thinking. We do the 48-hour shutdown. We could make you 24 hours. Do a 24-hour shutdown, right? We write up a manifesto, right? We figure out exactly the statement we want it to make, and it needs to be a statement. It can't be like a list of rules, like fucking police SOPs. Okay, like a statement that tells people the culture we're going for and how we should be behaving with each other. We pull the people aside that have been causing issues, and we tell them directly, and we let them know, and we spread the message to everyone. At the end of the lift, we give the manifesto and reopen racing.
I think 48. Personally, I think
48.
there needs to be time to write it down. I think there needs to be time to talk to these people. I think there needs to be time to, because Titanium, he's going to sleep after this, so he's not even going to be around to tell people what the things that need to be told. There's no time for meeting. There's no time for anything. 48, I think, is 100% the amount of time that we need to do all that.
All right, you're right. 48 hours.
48 hours is.
What do you guys think? I
honestly.
want honest opinions.
Yeah, that's a good idea, honestly.
I think that you should clarify races, have a beginner race, maybe amateur and professional, and then go from there.
Okay.
I agree.
What do you think, Big Head? If you think it's stupid, you can say it. It's okay.
I think Big Head is. I think it's Big Chair right now. To be
Got it.
honest.
Okay.
So,
Right,
Oh, he's
Wait,
here,
did I
he's
think
here.
of something? Wait, someone was asking me a question there? Oh,
Yeah, I asked. What do you think?
Of the 24-hour off in the manifesto write-up?
48. 48. Yeah.
Oh, 48. I mean, if it's something you guys want to do, I could support that. And just kind of slap people and just be like, yo, man, let's get it back in order.
Yeah, like a little cool down. We get everyone reoriented and we go from there.
Yeah, let them see the city from a different perspective for a little while.
Yeah, exactly.
Whenever this does happen, I do hope violence is an option. Because some of the shit I saw 2 days ago, I was ready to fucking kill people.
Violence.
So I really hope we're not held back.
I'll fill you in after all this, Big Head.
So-
I know everyone's been here for a while. I don't want to have to.
Can
go
we
over
suggest
everything
that maybe after the 48-hour period, maybe we do like 24 hours where, like we said, it's zero cash prize, so the G&E's not there to really see who comes back,
Yeah, we could try that. See how that works.
just for 24 hours, and
That's what
see.
Time Lord was suggesting.
Yeah.
I don't see
I think
why
it's a
we
good
couldn't.
idea. 48
So
hours.
What are the consequences if people start a race during these 48 hours?
We'll shoot him.
Yeah, they get shut up.
I agree with
It's
that.
our scene. If anyone in this circle
Surely.
sees anybody putting up a race in the next 48 hours and any tsunami, and you tell them that they cannot do it and they undermine you, or they argue with your opinion or your point that you've already told them that it's shut down from the top dogs, you fucking put a bullet in their head. You tell them if they put up another one, you'll be back. Period.
I think here's what we should
comes
do.
through that says from the PM, everyone heads to that location, and then if you know who the person is, call them so they don't die by the time someone gets there.
Here's what we could do. Okay.
Yep.
We put up a race. You have one of us put up a race at the beginning of a tsunami, whatever, and as many of us that can join it, that basically gives a short message of racing being shut down.
Racing shut down.
That's the warning, and then
yeah.
we show up and enforce if they don't abide by it.
I'll show up the races that are going on right now, and I'm going to go ahead and tell them that it's all shut down right now. And I'll put up a race titled that all races are shut down till further notice, or for 48 hours.
Dude.
When do you want to do that? Start this titanium.
I say bring the racers in that are outside and the general racing, the people that we know, right? And then tell them what's going on. Them spread the word.
Should we get as many people here as possible?
Hey, what the fuck's happening, Dean?
Oh, Leslie just went into this mode after you left.
What was his mood?
He just felt like he was being left out of everything, and I kept telling him that he's just imagining it, and then that made it worse, and then decided that he was going to go his own way, I think.
Okay, he's 100% overreacting though, right?
Yeah, I mean, he's a big drama queen, yeah, but...
Okay, well, I don't want to build a helmet without Leslie.
Okay, then we don't build it.
Yeah, you're down to do it tomorrow?
Yeah, sure.
All right, because I'm probably going to hit the bed here too. I got to take care of some shit.
Oh, okay, all right.
And then tomorrow we'll have a big meeting with Leslie. We'll set the record straight and move forward, all right?
All right.
All right, I love you. Sorry for
Yeah,
bailing. They just really wanted me here, so...
I hope your night's okay, all right?
Yeah, I appreciate that. Thank you.
All right. See you tomorrow.
See you tomorrow. I don't know, man. People like Goofy and Orange and all these guys, like, I don't know, bro. They deserve to be a part of that conversation just as much as the next dude. I think it's too convoluted, brother. I think it's too convoluted, man. To be honest. Now, do I get where they're coming from? Like, yo, he was threatening to shoot my boy in the head, sure, but motherfucker, I would pit somebody, then tell him I'm gonna fucking blast him for pitting me. Like, I'm no different, bro. I'm not gonna pretend that I am, man.